Welcome to my modded Minecraft survival world. I've created a mod pack that has all sorts of fun mods, ranging from Create, which is still my favorite mod in the existence of all Minecraft mods, and I don't think any mod is going to beat that place soon, but there's plenty of other mods that make Minecraft just so much more interesting for a scatterbrained idiot like me. There's this cool mod that Alfie told me about called Tetra. It allows you to make custom tools, very similar to how Tinker's Construct allows you to do it. I really like the way that Tetra does it, and it's incredibly confusing, and I honestly don't understand the half of it, but I've been understanding it better, and I might try and explain it, but bear with me for that one. But it's a very fun mod, and it allows you to have tools that don't really rely on mending that much, because honestly, it's nice for a change playing without mending. It's fun having tools that feel a bit more special than just, just repairing my sword. Sometimes you give them names, but like, I don't know. It makes your tools feel yours, especially because every tool you make is custom, because there are like billions of combinations you could make with different materials, and it's really cool. Got simple utility mods like sleeping bags, as you just saw before. Lots of decoration mods, as you can see behind me. We've got chipped and a bunch of other mods like that moss over there, and macaw's windows, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes for nice little details. The house I've built so far is kind of simple. It's all very sprucey, but I like that. It makes it feel like a house in the house in the woods that isn't too fancy, and I kind of like that. I could have maybe done a little more texturing, but to be honest, it's too early game for me to be worrying about all that. And especially using chipped variety of blocks, creating just slight changes in texture is really easy now. I think I did a pretty decent job on this house. Also, the flag up top using Copycat Plus. These are pipes that are covered in spruce logs with brackets from the Create mod, and the flag itself is made out of bits from Copycats Plus. Copycats basically allow you to put any item into any variant of block. So you can have spruce log stairs, or you can have dirt half slabs, or a lot is possible. And for building, it is a blessing. What in the world? Excuse... What? That is freaky. We've also got Farmer's Delight, which honestly I mostly have for stripping logs. It makes stripping logs so much easier, it's awesome. We've got the Essential mod, as you can see above my name, which allows me to play together with friends every once in a while, which is also very fun to do. Speaking of which, someone wanted to join me, so let's have them join in the background. They're not going to be in the recording, but they just wanted to join the world. Just don't mind that. But I just felt like I needed to say that. Why is it getting so... Oh, it's getting closer. Oh, how much closer can we get? These are just pixels, man. I've got these funny hats on my head, which are from the Simple Hats mod. That is a very simple name for a simple mod, but it does add lots of funky little hats that you can wear, like these cat ears and this sprout. I think they're cute. I like it. There's Alex's mobs, which adds all sort of different animals, and a mod called Tide that adds lots of fish. But honestly, I'm not gonna name every single mod because there are almost 200 of them. Well, some data packs and resource packs, but still, there's almost 200 mods in this pack, and that might sound like a lot, but there's just lots of tiny little things that I just liked, and it doesn't really matter installing that many mods. You might think that, oh, isn't your hardware gonna die? No, that's just the Create mod. Trust me. It doesn't matter how many mods you install, as long as they add like, what, one item each? You could install billions of mods if you wanted to, probably. It's honestly mostly dynamic lights in Create. I love playing with dynamic lights, and I have been, but it is not very fun for your hardware, because everything that has any kind of light source, something holding a torch, or I don't know, anything that can glow in any kind of way, it'll spawn light, and it's laggy, so I might remove that at some point when I'm done mining. It's just nice for mining. I like having it, okay? Jeez. But let me give you a little house tour for what I have so far. Other rooms are still empty, but because it's all spruce, I did decide to flare some things up. I plan to put some plants in the corners of every room if it's too empty, like this corner, and well, if places just end up not really being used, because this house is kind of big. Don't mind me chatting to Alfie. They are in my room right now. I don't know why we're talking through Minecraft chat. They can hear me saying this right now. It's creepy. They're gonna type something right now. I can sense it. They're gonna say something. At the entrance, we got my workstations, the ones that I've used most of the time, even though the cartography table is just here for filling the space. But all of these other ones I use most of the time. Stonecutter, extremely useful, crafting table, all of these. I'm pretty sure I can get these as backpack upgrades, so eventually I might not need this as much anymore, but I like just having this at the entrance because these are the most commonly used tables in the game. Next we got the living room, where we have my storage system and my old storage system friend called Sir Blooddock the First. Sir Blooddock the First was in charge of my old storage system, but I removed that earlier today because I was done with it, and I've upgraded to this fancy new system. As you can see, it's not too big, but if you've ever seen these two things next to each other, you probably know what's going on. If you're familiar with Create 6, you know that something very fancy is possible, and I cannot get enough of this like logistics system that Create 6 introduces. It's kind of simple if you're a nerd. So bear with me as I try to explain it in the worst way possible, because I'm bad at explaining things. This is a stock ticker. This is in charge of everything. This is like the brain behind the system, but also not really. It's kind of stupid, but you have to like do a lot to it for it to like be smart. So it's like a smart TV. You know, it has a lot of functions, but you still have to tell it what to do in the correct way, or else it's just gonna not work. I don't really need to tell you too much about this thing, other than it is just the centerpiece of the whole system. Then we've got our blaze burner, or a frog, or any animal on a seat does the same job. And it'll interact with the storage system. And as you can see, all of the items I own are inside of this thing, and you can click on them and you can request them, and they will be sent right up to the request chest. It's actually a barrel, but don't worry about it. Every item I want will come up through here, and I can take it out of this. And anytime I want to send something back into my storage, we just put it in the downstairs barrel. I don't have a good name for that. Also a cozy campfire. And then if we go downstairs to the basement, I'll show you how all of it works. Over here there is, as you can see, a lot going on, but this is my entire smart storage system, all cozy in the basement. There are a few things going on here, but the most important one is right there. That little bit of pixel you can see is a packager that is right below the output barrel, or the take into the going into the storage system, but whatever you're named, the barrel that sends things into the storage system. It sends it into a packager, which nicely compacts all of your items so it can take it out of the barrel nice and quick. It puts everything into a package that gets down into the chute, which sends it into this packager, which unpackages everything into the vault, so it gets back into item form, which means that your storage system can properly see. Otherwise, it would just think there's only packages in your storage system, and it doesn't know what's inside of those packages. Doesn't matter. Sends things into package, takes out package, puts items in vault. That's all you need to know. It's just a line and it sends things down. If you don't know create, this is all you need to know. Also, the top packager does need to be powered, which means it automatically takes things out of the storage system above, which is just this barrel. Then this big vault is my expandable storage system. Vaults like these do have a limited size, but they are so massive that at max capacity, they can store up to about 100,000 or more items. And honestly, I'm never gonna need that many items. Plus, bulk items I'll probably be storing separately anyway, so for just a generic storage system, 100,000 items is insane, even for modded Minecraft. Although these hats do take up a space each, and you get a lot of hats from the hats mod. Now, the system to get the items back out of the system is a little bit more complicated. That's all this weird mechanic stuff you see over here, but trust me, it's not that bad. Here we have a stock link, which, as the name suggests, links stock, or just storage as I'd like to refer to it as. You can hook this stock link up to any storage unit, or a packager that is pointed into a storage unit, which means you can use it to request items into the packager. You can hook this storage link up to the hub, the stock ticker, which means the stock ticker can know what's inside this vault, which means that this blaze burner can see it, which means you can click on it and request items. That's kind of the steps that you need to take. to link things up. The nice thing about the stock links is that you can have any amount of stock links in a system as you wish to have, which means that you're not just limited to this one vault. If you wanted more vaults that are in different locations, you just click on it with more storage links. You can either click on the link that's already connected to the system, or you just click on the stock ticker. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter, but you can hook any amount of storages up, and they can all be read by the same system and request items from that system anywhere, and it's kind of nice. Now, if you do hook up more storage links from different locations, obviously there's more logistics you'd need to do to hook everything up together without it like breaking and whatever. There's a lot of things to think about, which I won't be explaining, so we're just keeping it to one vault. And it puts a package into this location. Now, what I figured out next is honestly kind of weird, and I didn't know this was possible either. I was taking the package out of the packager using a hopper, so it would suck it out on the bottom and then put it into the chute on the side, so it would move upwards with this fan, which is this whole system down here. It's just the water wheel into a speed rotation controller that has a cog below here, and the fan blows items up through these chutes. In case you didn't know, you can actually hook chutes up diagonally so you can move items across, which is a pretty neat system. And you can also use it going upwards with the fan. So if you have a fan blowing at the bottom of this chute, it'll go up through all of these and end over on the top one. It is incredibly useful for transporting items upwards, and honestly one of the only tight space ways of moving items up. As you can see, this chute is now diagonally connected to the one below, which is the one blowing items upwards through the fan, but at the same time, this chute, even though you can't see it, still has a hole at the bottom, which is picking up items from below, and this is the craziest part. You can use chutes to suck items out of a storage system from below as long as you have them connected to a fan anywhere. So you can have these go diagonally off the side as much as you need, and then one chute just needs to be on top of whatever storage you have, a chest or a vault or a barrel, it doesn't matter. In this case it's a packager, and it'll suck the item out from below into this chute and then send it further upwards, depending on however many chutes you have above it, to the top chute, which sends it back into the packager over here, and that's how it receives the items from down here and sends it upwards. I'm nerding out, I know, but it's really useful, trust me. And genuinely, if you're playing with the Create mod, this is probably useful to you, and you probably didn't know this was possible, unless it's just a thing that everyone knew about and I just didn't, but my mind has been blown. Don't worry, the nerding out section is over now. Let's move on to my cozy house tour. Let's get out of this creepy moist basement. While we're here, let's go into the tower. We've got the waystone to my house and connects to every other place that I've been to. So far it's only Alfe's house, a place called High Fields, which is a nice flat place where I might build in the future, and the Nether Fortress we have. Terrible place. I don't know why I've struggled so much with the Nether Fortress in this. I don't know what it is, but this fortress is cursed. Luckily, we're not going there now. Upstairs is absolutely nothing yet. You get a nice view out, and then just an upstairs, which, yeah, there's nothing here yet. But I just wanted to show you that the tower is here, and I like the tower, okay? It's cozy. Then we've got an empty room at the end, and I'm not really too sure what I'm gonna do with this room yet, but it's here, and it's got windows. I promise there are rooms with actual stuff in them. Then there's the kitchen, which already is partially decorated. You've got some smokers and all the furnace stuff, a couple barrels to put stuff in, and our brewery. And then we go upstairs into yet another empty room. Across from that empty room, we've got our Tetra workspace. Honestly, it's the ugliest room in the house, but it is one of the most useful ones. I use this table all the time, and while I'm here, I just reminded myself that I need to upgrade my pickaxe. If you use your pickaxe enough, you'll be able to hone it, which basically just means you use your pickaxe enough and you can upgrade it. Now, as you can see, there's a lot going on over here. You can just forget all of this. All you need to know is that if you click on any of your tool parts, so diamond pickaxe or diamond adze, basically it's like a shovel and an axe in one, you can hone certain abilities. So chop efficiency, which makes you cut down wood faster, durability, dig efficiency, and speed, which is just general speed that you can use the tool. It's kind of like efficiency for all of it, I think. I'm not sure yet. Now, these do use integrity, and I'm already full on integrity, so I'm pretty sure the only thing I can currently upgrade is just the durability. You also need a hammer for this from the Tetra mod, and you only need to have it in your inventory. It will use some of the durability when you use it. These are not too bad to make. Also, because my tool is already very upgraded, it is a high chance to destabilize, and it's got heroic imprint, which means it's now bad if I don't have Hero of the Village, which I'm not planning on getting Hero of the Village anytime soon. But luckily, we can go to this other room, which is my enchanting room and other bits like anvil and my storage for lapis lazuli, which you can use to undestabilize your tool. You can cleanse it over here, and all it uses is some levels and some lapis. And getting levels using the create mod is quite easy. Sometimes it doesn't quite do the job. And you just try again, and now it's gotten rid of the effect. And that's it. I'm not going to give a super in-depth explanation of the Tetra mod, but that is a very short version of kind of what you can do using the Tetra mod. And there's so much more possible. And I don't really understand the true limits of the mod yet, but there's some things that look cool, so yeah. I'd say give it a try. You might melt your mind a bit, but that's okay. That's why we play Minecraft, to melt our minds. Yes. You also get these scrolls, which are like extra upgrades, and I honestly don't know what half of these do, but it says that if you have them around, you get perks for your crafting table. Then we have my currently still empty bedroom, but I promise you this will be a bedroom soon. And there's this room upstairs, empty as well. Yeah, I have a big house and mostly empty space, but not for long. I'll put stuff in here. I've only just built this, okay? Geez, calm down.
It's time to do some decorating. I want to put some plant pots in the corners of my house and all sorts of places. There are plenty of spots where I feel like a nice potted plant would add some nice extra pizzazz to the house. Yes. I think I want to use the supplementary planter because it looks quite nice. One nice thing about the storage system with Create is that if you want to craft an item and you can search for it in GEI, you just click on it, it'll show you if you have enough items in your storage system, it'll make a blueprint of it, and it will automatically request the items that you need to craft the item. And you can just send it just like that. It's really useful, but I don't need a raw iron block, I was just showing it. I can only make 2 of these planters right now, but honestly that is fine, because then I can still choose to use a different thing if I don't end up liking this very much. I think another thing that I want to make is a copycat pipe. It means I need some pipes, and I need some copper sheets first as well. Oh, you can hammer these as well? I didn't know that. I'll just bring them over to my bonking machine. Or mechanical press. Now I should be able to make some pipes, make copycat fluid pipes. Also, I think the copycat pipes are maybe a bit too thick, actually. Change of plan, let's instead use some copycat shafts. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. Now I just need to get some leaves. But what kind of leaves do I want to use? Honestly, I think azalea... There is an azalea tree right here. Might look very nice. Azalea does have, in my opinion, the prettiest leaves in vanilla Minecraft. They are a bit situational with how bright they are, but I just want to try it out. It is a little high up. Copycat half panel, maybe? Let's try this. I don't know. Maybe like this, a little extra volume. Honestly, I think that might work quite nicely. It covers the stem a bit, and it's a pretty decent potted plant, I think. I don't know about this one, though. It's right next to the door. Yeah, I think that's gonna make it kind of hard to go through the door here. It does look nice, but it's not too bad. I might keep that there for now, although I might move it later. I'm not sure. I do think it looks nice. I really do like these plants. I think all I need is just more bone meal, but I have plenty of bones, so we'll just get a few, turn it into bone meal, and see how many planters I can make. I also need more rich soil. I do have a bunch of organic compost, but these take a while to convert. I'm pretty sure all they need is sunlight, water, and mushrooms. I think the neat thing about the organic compost as well is that the mushrooms will grow on these, and you'll get some more mushrooms. So if you want to make a mushroom farm, you can kind of do that. I mean, I think it's a one-time thing, but you'll still get some more mushrooms in case you need those. Now these should convert pretty quickly, but yeah, I need to wait for these to convert before I can make more planters. So let's focus on something else in the meantime. Bedroom. I don't know why I said it so emphasize. Sheep is what I need. Specifically their wool, though. I might have to breed a few more sheep if I want a lot of wool, but this should be enough for what I want to make. Although, those drops are atrocious. Pretty sure handcrafted is the mod I'm looking for. Ooh, I need feathers? I have one whole feather. Yeah, it's not enough. Let's go hunt for some chickens. Oh dear, chicken population, it is me coming for thine feathers. Sorry, it's okay, I'll collect their eggs and make new ones. Eventually. But I need them. I want some pillows. I want a sheet. These are nice and easy to make. I want to make 2 of these. Now, even though I crafted these using the magenta sheets and pillows, they don't actually get magenta. You need extra pillows for that. I could put them here. Maybe I do just want one single bed. Fine, single bed it is. And then with the leftover sheets and pillows, you can color your bed like this. And you can make all sorts of combinations depending on what you like. And that's why handcrafted is a very nice decoration mod. Now I need to do a little more than just a bed. That is a little lame if I just have a single bed and nothing to decorate it with. First I want to fill in this back wall because I don't think I'm really going to be using that. Then it would be nice to have a little nightstand. And get 2 of these as well. Perfect. There's a different fun mod we have called night lights. And these have some pretty cute little lamps. Oh, this is a crafting recipe if I've ever seen one. Ink sack. Oh, I do have an ink sack actually. You know what? I'll go with that. Now look at this. And if I remove this lamp, it is a night light. I don't think it actually lights up. But it still looks cute, so I'm gonna fill in the rest of this wall over here as well, next to the door. I think another thing I want next to my bed, and I should have one of these, is a book and quill. Place these down. We can. It's like my diary now. Dear Diary, day was one of the days. I made a diary. The end. Wonderful. And yeah, of course I would have a creepy statue of myself in my room. I usually do like getting statues placed so that I can display the early game items I used to use, like the early armor or some random glasses I guess I wore. I guess it is a little creepy. I have a desk in front of the window, I think that would be kind of nice. A lamp. And a hat stand. Oh, these are quite big. Now all we need is a chair to finish it off, and there we go. I think that is my bedroom all done and cozy. It is a bit of a tight squeeze, but I probably won't spend too much time in here anyway. Let's see if our stuff is ready. Ooh, oh, it's literally almost all done except for just one. It has all gone into the water though. Oh, what the? Excuse me? There's just an abandoned house down in the river. Some moss. Ooh. It's fine, you can stay out here if you want. I'll come back for you tomorrow. Now, I could go sleep in my sleeping bag, but I think it'd be a lot more appropriate if I sleep in my new bed. Oh, that's awkward. Sleeping bag it is. Alright, now I can make a whole bunch more planters. Ooh, a whole lot of planters. Let's go find spaces. Here a planter. Plant here. Ooh, maybe not. Plant here. Oh, there's a hole in my roof. Maybe I'll put a plant here. Plant in the empty room? I mean, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this yet, but sure, why not? I just need to finish them up. Pretty sure that's every plant all potted and ready for looking snazzy. And so the end has come for this little video that I've made on this world, and I might be back in this world again or not. You never know with me. I might just disappear for the next 2 coming months, or maybe I'll start uploading videos like crazy every single day. Or something in between. Maybe that will be a better option, but either way, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I will see you next time. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. I have more videos on my channel, and some older Minecraft videos on something called the Splinker SMP. You might want to check that out. But if not, then thank you for watching anyway. If you watched to this point, that means you're cool. Maybe. Yes, I think so. Anyways, goodbye.